Hi, my name's Wilx, and this is episode 13 of Age of Engineering. Today we're going to make the Void Ore Miner and the Void Resource Miner, and we're going to make a Dark Solarium jet plate. But before we get started on that, I'm going to follow up on something from last episode. Some stuff that was in the comments. Efficiency 6 said I should use a staff of traveling instead of the sling the way I was doing it. Let's make sure my glider's on. Glider's active. Okay. So what he was suggesting, and I didn't really understand it, I knew that this thing could use anchors like that. And you could go shift and you go to the anchor. Right? There's another anchor over there somewhere. We can go. And we're at the anchor. But the other way to use this is just point it straight up. Shift, click, 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 click. And I'm way up here. So that would have been a better way for me to get around than what I was doing. The other suggestion was from Banzai Run. And he suggested I make the ender, and it works just the same way. And it also works with those things. Okay, so you don't actually need the staff of traveling if you've got the ender, but you have to empower it up and put travel on it. I still haven't finished putting like sharpness or whatever you call that, so it's better at killing. Anyways, travel anchors. They can be used in a couple of different ways. You can use them the way I was using them there, or you can use them like an elevator. So I'm just going to stand on this without pressing on either of those two devices and press shift. And down I go. This is all the way down near bedrock. Oh, you can't see that anymore. Let's fix that. Whoops. What the hell? J. Options. Minimap. There was an update today, so a lot of things got changed. There, now you can see it. So I'm down at Y level 5. Now these things in front of me are mob filters. I can walk through them, but mobs cannot. And this was, I made this as a little bat spawning cave. They're 1.5 high, so mobs can't spawn in there. These blocks were blocking spiders. So the only thing that should have been able to spawn in there were bats. But I got no bats. Could be a couple of possible reasons that I've thought of. So I'm just hitting spacebar here, and up we go again. They were directly on top of each other. The reasons I suspect I got no bats is either they can't spawn in this dimension, the mining dimension, at all, or, for instance, they might share a count with the butterflies that I'm infested with around here. I say that, and now I don't see a butterfly anywhere. There they are. And that might have been stopping bats. So I just went into the regular world, did a little bit of splunking, ran around until I found a couple of bats, and it wasn't that tough. Why did I pick up a seed? Where'd that come from? Okay. So let's get started on the void ore stuff. So these are the alabaster structure blocks. You can make them out of alabaster, or you can make the black ones, or you can make them out of hardened stone. And it's electric steel, whatever one of those 3 blocks you want in the middle, redstone and gold. I need 24 of each for each of them, and then 1 extra. So I'm making 49. Then the machine base. Now for that you need triple compressed cobble and stone burnt. Stone burnt is in a resonator with polished stone, which is just some stone bricks together to make polished stone. So how do we do that? Well, for the stone burnt, I had to make a resonator and I needed some grid power for it, so I picked these little guys. They're fairly cheap, actually. They only put out 1 grid power each, but why is it saying grid power 53? Where the hell did that come from? What did I do to cause that much grid power? I don't know, maybe it's an error. Anyway, did I make something else that I've forgotten about? I should only have a possible 9 grid power there. Oh well. I needed 9 to power this thing to make the stone burnt. For the cobble, I've had this thing going for a little while. Cobblestone generator tier 5. It feeds into this compacting drawers. It makes a cobble, compressed cobble, double compressed cobble, then double compressed, triple, quadruple. And so it comes down here, feeds into that, then it pulls out on a filter, extracts on a filter the double compressed, feeds that down into this. And that's where I got my triple compressed. I've got lots of it in there. Where are we? Back here. Okay. Next up. We need laser cores. It's the clear glass. It's got to be the clear glass from Environmental Tech, not from Tinkerers. They both look the same. They're named the same, but only one works. Iron ingots and redstone. Got 6 laser cores. And that one extra that I wanted of these, we'll put it in here with vibrant alloy diamonds and redstone. That gives us a tier 2. I considered making the whole thing tier 2, but for the, normally what you do it for the modifiers. And if I wanted something like, let's say, an accuracy modifier for environmental tech, I would have needed mica. Well, I'm going to be getting mica from the resource miner, so I can't make those things yet. So I figured I might as well hold off to make the tier 2s. Also, I'm not 100% sure how much power this thing draws. Okay, so lenses, more clear glass. Put those in there. We get 4 of the clear lenses. Okay, I'm going to color one of the clear lenses white. This is for the resource miner to get mica. And one of the clear lenses I'm going to color it green. That's to get for the nuclear reactor. What's that stuff called again? I'm drawing a blank. Uranium. Okay, then we take clear lenses, we put them there and there. The cores, there we go. So to make the void ore miner controller, it's nether quartz and diamond ore. You've got to use silk touch to get those. And iron ore. I think that just comes up normally. Then blocks of gold. Over here it's moss stone. You can get that with chisel. A lot of people get confused when they try to do it with chisel. Chisel, where's my chisel? And we need stone. Actually, we can do it with, hold on. Let's do it with something else. Do it with this. Okay, so let's say we took our chisel. We took our diorite, and we can get stone bricks with that. And then from the stone bricks, we can put them in, and we can get mossy stone bricks. And you can get your mossy that way. Okay, so we got our void ore miner and our void resource miner. Oh, and that extra one I had to make, the tier 2, is for this thing. Use it as a tool to assemble it. That's just obsidian. Okay, let's come around here. I set up a little place to do them. This power runs all the way over to that vibrant capacitor bank there. I don't know if I need this cable or not. I was having power problems, and I found out it was I'd placed some one of those things over here, and it cut off my power. One of the what do you call these things? The progressive automation miners, iron miners. Okay, so just so this thing doesn't get confused, let's put 24 of those up there, 20 of those up there, the green one, and the void ore miner. Oh, and 2 of these. There we go. We don't want it vaporizing any of that stuff. So this is our void resource miner. Put it right under that chest there. And we're going to use this thing, and we're going to start right-clicking on it. There we go, and it's done. Placed all the blocks. So we had the gray in the middle there and the white on the outside. I don't know if I like the looks of that. Might have been better the other way around, actually. But anyways, it started doing its thing. And it's already got all its power. And I'm not pulling anything out of here yet. So as you can see, it's starting to pull stuff. Eventually what is going to happen is I am going to change this to always active. And it's going to push things over into that controller slave up there and start stuffing it into drawers. Now, all these drawers are locked, so only the things I already have spots for will start going in over there. Okay, let's do that again. Oh, and these holes go all the way down to bedrock. That was another handy thing about having anchors and enders and things to move around, because I didn't have a jetpack yet. So let's take all this stuff out. And yeah, there it is. Put that there. Start hitting it. Or right-clicking it, not hitting it. There we go. Done. But I thought it was interesting to use 2 different colored blocks, because these always look like, people do them in black and they're big black blobs and you can't see anything, right? And it's already pulling up its ore. We'll come back and we'll look at, see what it's done later. I'm not going to move any of the stuff into storage yet. Okay, let's get started on making our dark solarium jet plate. Now, so the first part we needed for this was the Electra, and that's what we picked up in the last episode, the trip to the end. Iron plate, electric circuit, universal fuel cell. You've seen all that stuff before. And you get the Electra back and your fuel cell, fluid cell. So this is a bat box, iron item casings, an advanced circuit. I've made all that before. And we get an electric jetpack. Come over here, and I need 5 groups of 2, so I need 10 of these suckers. That's basics, conductive iron, redstone conduit. And basic gears are easy. They're stone and sticks. And we come over here, we stick in a couple of thrusters and the jetpack, and we've got ourselves a conductive iron jetpack. Come over to the next step. Machine case chassis, energy conduit, the low level one, electric steel, and a couple and some basic capacitors. Oops, you don't go in there. You go in there. And we get electric steel thrusters. So then we use a couple of electric steel thrusters and the conductive iron one. with more electric steel and a basic. And we got our next one, which was an electrical steel jetpack. We take those thrusters, we make energetic thrusters, so it's energetic alloy, double layers, enhanced energy conduits, and the pulsating crystals, which are like that. Oops. We got 6 of those. Come over here, we put them in. And our jetpack. And we got an energetic jetpack, tier 3. Not finished yet. Come down here, put in those 4 with some vibrant crystals, which are vibrant alloys this time. The energy conduits, vibrant alloy, octadics. You got vibrant thrusters. Take a couple of vibrant thrusters. And that. And we got a vibrant jetpack. Now, this is a little different. So, silicone and regular iron. We get 1 silicone armor plating. I normally don't do this on screen, but I hadn't seen this done before, so I decided to show it to you. We're going to need some conductive iron, electrical steel, and dark steel. And we'll come over to our alloy smelter. We put that in there, and that in there. And we take the conductive iron armor plating, put electrical steel on it, and we get electrical steel armor plating. Put that in there with dark steel. We get dark steel armor plating. Okay. Yeah, you don't have to watch me walk back and forth anymore, eh? Nah, I'll keep forgetting. Okay, oh, I should have brought this with me. Flake control unit. So dark solarium, which is dark steel, solarium, and pulsatings. That's electrical steel again and fused quartz. Goes through a lot of electrical steel making this. Okay, we come over here. We're going to need our 2 bats. And then we put those in there and a bat in there. I've got 11. Ah, it's okay. Oh, I know what I should have got myself. I need some of that experience. See, I've got 10,000 of them. There we go. And we'll put that in there. With the bat, needs 8. Okay, got that part done. And what am I doing here? I'm using the flake control units. And the vibrance? Yes. And we get our dark solarium thrusters. And, oh, we needed some more conductive iron plating. It's already here. And dark solarium to make our 2 glider wings. Glider wings go there. This goes, whoops, there and there. Oh, I know what I didn't do. We've got to take this and combine it with the dark steel to get an armored jetpack. Put the armored jetpack in there and we get dark solarium jet plate. Holds 60 million RF. Oops. Too far. Oh well. This thing's We're now drawing more power than it's making without the... hold on, I'll discuss it in a sec. Put that in there. Without these things. So it's going to go down a little bit. And then, yeah, it's drawing... Oh, no, this thing's drawing 100,000. Because it's going to suck this thing dry. Oh, and those aren't working right now. I've got to change something on them. I had put something in and decided I don't like it. I don't like the way it works, and I'm changing it back. I was supposed to be fault tolerant, and it was anything but. Oh well. Redstone. Tiny piles of redstone, and I need my screwdriver. Okay, so I'm going to take this pulsar out of there. It's not working the way I want it to. I'm possibly... Oh, I know what else I need. Do I have it in here? No. Paint? Yeah, there it is. Oh, and it's Alt. And, oh, what color am I working with? I changed my color scheme to orange. Oh, no. That's not going to work like that because I need... No, that's not how that works. It needs a torch. Yeah, we just replaced the whatchamacallits with the torch. And I got to do the same thing down here. I thought they would be more fault tolerant with those things in there, but they're just not working the way I wanted them to. I can go back to a cable with this one. I don't need this thing at all anymore, because that's doing nothing. Oh well. Now why isn't this thing going? It's lit, so it should be firing off. Oh, I see why. You have to be shift. And I picked them up, but we can solve that. Maybe not. Need better aim than I've got. Oh, and this has to be... Yeah, so it's back to working. Yes, I'm going to just replace this with a cable. I could not get the pulsars to do what I wanted them to. Okay, and we'll put that sucker on. And let's clear some of the stuff off my bar. What was hover mode again? H? Did I put this? Yeah, hover mode enabled. Now we can still use these things from here. And interesting thing, because see the top of my head? See that green thing up there? This thing is actually gaining power while I'm just walking around, refilling. I got a solar panel on the top of my head. And that's in this. So solar 2. Okay, let's go take a look at what we did over here and see how these things are coming along. So yeah, see, it's got all this stuff here. And see how much it is. And when I turn this to always active, it starts sucking all the things I've got drawers for out of it. And I'll have to make drawers for the rest of those. We'll do the same thing over here. And we've got 5 uranium already, so that's working out. What's that? I don't even know what that is. I'm sure I'll figure it out. Okay, and so that's sucking all this out. Oh, we're even getting things like ardite. Emerald ore, cool. I'll have to come up with some more processing. Oh, I changed the processing over here. I'm now using a powered furnace and a double crusher. They conveniently run off of RF instead of the EU. And they're really quick. And so they're doing all their stuff and shoving it into drawers. So basically what's happening is the ores are getting shoved in here. These cables are pulling out of the drawers, feeding in the green to the double crusher. The crusher crushes them. Then those brown, see how it's brown coming out here, going in there, and blue coming out of there, going up there to another slave. So it goes back into the correct drawers. And this thing's really quick. Alright, so I guess that covers it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Go out there and have some fun. Thanks.